Hi everybody, hope you're well. Today I'm going to be talking about passes, how to buy passes and how to get them for free, which is what everybody wants to know. I'm sorry if my voice is a little bit crackly today. I've got a cold and a cough, so it's not ideal, but we're going to try and get through this as quickly as possible. Okay, well, obviously, if you want to buy passes, you go up to passes and you click on credits and passes and it'll bring you to this page. And you can buy them with your home phone, your mobile. You can also buy them with your mobile for 10 passes using MoPay in this one. So if you want to use this here. There's also prepaid cards, which is where you can go into the likes of Sainsbury's and buy them at the checkout, and then you can come in and enter the code and it'll give you the passes. And then you can use PayPal, and you can use PayPal, most bank cards and the prepaid cards for most of these higher ones. You can't use MoPay for the 20, the 30 or the 100. You can only use MoPay for the 10 passes. So that's how you buy them, and make use of the UFO passes if you get the offers. A +1 or +2 UFO pass, you can use it on the 1 pass or up. The ones that are +5, you have to use them on at least 10 passes or more to get the +5. A +10, you have to use it on the 20 or up to make use of it, so otherwise it doesn't count, because you have to buy a certain amount to get the free ones. You can't buy 1 pass and get +10, is what I'm saying. So that's how you can buy them. But if you want to get them for free, and I'm sure everybody does, there's a number of ways of doing that. You can buy one with your reserve. You can use pass horses, selling BM items, selling horses, unicorns, planting passes in your EC, and also killing off pass horses for other players, which some players asked on their pages. And another way is the surveys. So I'm going to start off with the buy a pass with my reserve. So after your 50th day on Howrse, basically what you can do is you can get a pass, and then after every 30 days after that you can get another pass. Now you have to come in and do it. It's not going to do it automatically for you, and it'll tell you when your last purchase was and if you can do it again, and you can work out how many more days you've got left to wait. If I had a very large reserve, which I don't keep because it's no point for me with the vet fees, if I had, say for example, 2 million, it's going to cost me a significantly larger portion to get my pass. What I have actually asked people in the past to do for me was to hold on to my Equus for me. I'd ask friends that I really, really trust not to take my Equus and run away with it, to do that for me. So if you know somebody that you really can trust, and I am not endorsing this, I'm saying be very, very careful if you use this method of doing it to make the pass cheaper for you, because it might cost you more than it would have done if you just bought it. So just be very aware of who you ask to do it. Okay, so that's one of the free methods. The next one I'm going to talk about is this sponsor play offers. Now, I've had experience with this in the past, and not at all of it, and I know a lot of people don't like these. So if I just going to take advantage of these offers, as you can see, this come up. Now, if this doesn't come up, one of the reasons for this will be ad block. So if I just click enable on this site, if I load this again, and I click on take advantage of these offers, request the service and block by an extension. So if that happens to you, it's ad block most likely, or you have another form of ad disabling software or extension. So if I click on the sponsored play offers, we've got free surveys and more. So shopping is like mobiles, downloads. I would personally avoid downloads because you really don't know. Like Howrse isn't responsible for what's on here. These are different companies. So what you download could be malware, it could be anything. I don't use the download ones because I don't particularly like them. You can do trials and games and registrations and things like that. Some of them will require your personal information. Be careful of that because you might get a lot of spam and things like that. The free ones are usually surveys, but they'll usually ask for something, whether that's your contact information, but they'll not require a purchase. So in regards to the surveys, I had experienced the surveys before, and I don't really endorse them because I spent 40 minutes doing one survey one day. At the very end of the survey, they told me I wasn't the type of candidate they wanted, and they said thank you for your time, blah blah blah, and that was it. So I spent 40 minutes doing one of these, and I got nothing for doing it, and I was annoyed. Because they wasted my time. So I went in again, and I did another one of their surveys, and I lied through my teeth, pretending that I was exactly what they wanted, because now I knew what they wanted. I don't advise lying in surveys, but they wasted my time, and I thought, alright, I'm going to waste yours, now you've wasted mine. So, because I felt like I spent 40 minutes doing that, I should have been paid for it, so I wasn't too pleased. So you can get things, but they usually only give you 1 or 2. So be aware that if you're not over the age bracket they want, they're not going to give you your pass, blah blah blah, and so forth. So that's just to watch out for the sponsored play ones. And sometimes if they've used it up, they'll not give you anything at all. There has been ones that I've completed, and a week later I still haven't got my passes for that. And I don't know what the math is for that. I just haven't bothered to say anything to admin because I don't believe they can do anything about it. So that's 2 of the ones that we've gone over, the how to get them with the reserve and how to get them with the offers, partners offers. So the next one I'm going to talk about is pass horses. So I'm going to go into my horses here just. And I don't know if I have any, I don't think I do, but we'll see if I have any over the age of 25. Okay. If you have a horse and you get it over the age of 30, and it must be over 30, if it dies at 29 years and 10 months, you won't get your pass. So any horse that's over 30 years and dies, you can get a pass for sending it to heaven, not the haven, okay? So let me make this very, very clear if I go into my office. You need to send them to heaven, not the safe haven. You send them in here and you'll not get a pass, is what I'm saying. So make sure you send them to heaven, and you'll get a pass for sending them there. So, if we go into my office. Okay, so basically you can send up to 10 horses to the heaven, and you'll get passes for the first 10 you send that month. After that it tends to be items and things like that, and you'll not get a pass because people over abused the system in the past, you know, killing off hundreds of horses and getting hundreds of passes a month. So they decided to cap it. One of the other things that I mentioned earlier, ask to kill off pass horses of other players. Some top players ask that you kill off 10 pass horses worth for them. They will send you the horses, and they'll let you keep one of the passes. So you give them 9 of the passes. You will obviously only be able to do that, you know, once a month. After that, you'll not, because, you know, if you kill off 10 of your own pass horses, and then you take 10 off another player, you can't now do that. You'll just get BM items, and you'll have a very annoyed player. So, make sure that if you are going to do that, maybe you don't have pass horses, you don't have enough horses over the age of 30, you know, they'll do the hard work for you, and then you get a pass out of it, basically. You just have to kill them off for them, but you need to make sure you haven't killed off any that month, otherwise you're not going to get them. The next one is selling BM items to players. Like some players, like for myself, for example, we ask that, you know, you sell us certain BM items for passes. So you gift me the item, and I pay you 2 passes or a pass or whatever it is. For the items. Now, having said that, be very, very careful who you go to sell items to. There are people out there who will scam the life out of you, and they're not going to pay you ever. They'll just block you as soon as they've got the item. But there are some players out there who are genuine, who will pay you. I don't endorse it, I'm just saying it's an option. It's just a way, really, to sort of keep the stuff in the system. So if you do get scammed, there isn't really anything other that you can do. You can just report it. But it is at your own risk. Admin aren't going to get your passes or your items for you. As far as they're concerned, it was your own fault. So you need to be careful. The other one is obviously selling horses for passes. So you can put a horse up for, as long as you have access to the direct sales, you can sell horses for passes. So as you can see, I put this one up for passes, and you know, it make sure when you put a horse up, it's sort of worth its money. There's no point in putting up some horses for an extreme amount because you're not going to get the passes for it. Like, there's no point in me putting up a foundation with nothing on it for 20 passes because I'm not going to get 20 passes. Have a look and see what other kinds of horses are selling for passes, what kinds of unicorns are selling for passes, and sort of work it that way. And if you don't have a unicorn, the best way to do it is to wait till your 50 days, get a pass, go in, buy a unicorn mare if possible, or a filly, train her up and then breed her, and then you can sell the foals for passes if you get unicorn foals. So that's one of the ways you can create a maybe sustainable way of getting passes, but it's very much luck in some places. So one of the last things I mentioned was to get pass seeds. Now, these, I'm going to show you, if I go into the shop, you can see apple seeds, oats, barley, wheat, carrots, flax, turnip. There's no pass seeds there, but you can see that I have 2 in my inventory. This happens very rarely, and there's usually no warning. Well, okay, they'll usually put it in the events that there are pass seeds in the shop, and you can go in, you can buy those. You need at least 5 pass seeds to plant in a 15-acre fertile meadow. So you're going to need one of these large fertile meadows here. And then what you do is you plant those seeds. So if I just go into agriculture and I click on pass seeds, so you can see they're very rare. Pass seeds can be grown on a large fertile 15-acre meadow and using manure as fertilizer. So you need to have manure from the shop as well. So if I just go in here, manure, and if you don't know how to make manure, you need to buy droppings, okay, so some of these, and then go into the meadow, click on make manure from droppings, and you can use 25 mix 1 manure. So if I mix 3 here, and then what I would need to do is go into one of these, click grow crops. If I had enough pass seeds, for example, right, I would click on like select them, and I'd select that, and I'd click grow crops. Now I'm 3 seeds short for this, so it will grow. It will take 30 days, and it will give you 1 pass at the end of it. So it's quite a long, toilsome process, but it is a way to get them. And I think they usually limit the amount you can buy whenever they're released. I can't remember exactly, but I think it is limited. So I think really that's it. I can't really think of anything else right now off the top of my head. My throat's getting quite sore now with my cold, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope this has been helpful, guys, and I hope you had a lovely day. Bye-bye.